everybody. We are back with round 2 of locals over at Dean's Dugout from earlier this past weekend. We will now have Stack playing Xros Heart, the X7 variant, and we have Will playing Red Hybrid on the right. Round 1 will be linked in the description down below if you want to check it out. If you haven't yet, feel free. This should be an interesting matchup. You know, I think two very fast, aggressive decks.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
both players are very well versed in these decks, so hopefully a very good back and forth. It should be a slugfest. But without further ado, let us hop right into it.
I think something to be said here too.
Yeah.
Stack has it has been a while since he played Cross. That's why he was like unsure about it when he was talking to me when I was here this day. He had to go for it though, and he's still, you know, he beat me round 1.
You don't understand, man. I at the time of recording, I haven't played Digimon in like 3 weeks, and seeing Cross, I'm just like,
you feel that itch.
I feel that itch. That feeling's back.
Also, you manage, like, it's 3 a.m. here, man, and you were managing to sound way more awake than me. I feel like I sound like a zombie. Like, I'm trying to hold it together. I'm doing my best. But
no,
I don't know how you do it. You're crazy. Will has such cool sleeves for his Red Hybrid deck. Also, a little fun stuff for the viewers too. Will's Red Hybrid deck is like fully blinged out, so it's very pretty to look at. Stacks can go ahead and do Sparrow and a Taiki. He gets to go ahead and add a card with Xros Heart and his trace to his hand, and then can slot one under Taiki.
Chooses to slide Ballista. Not a bad turn 1 play for Cross, being able to pump out your Taiki, get a Rookie and Raising. That's like almost ideal, if anything. Will goes into a Flamemon in the back, and then plays out another Searcher Flamemon to look for his pieces.
I don't think he's seeing any Tamers right now.
He does have to go back and forth about it, but does end up picking up the Searcher Flamemon once again.
Yeah, he's got that Blitz Omni Tech in there as well. And I think he's going to just try and get more search going. Yeah, which is smart. Top 5.
Top 4, rather.
Sorry.
Picks up the BT7 Takuya.
Dude,
holy cow, he's got those blinged out
Yeah,
ones.
he's got the D-scan at Takuyas that are like pretty. $200.
Stack does swing with Sparrow. Draws off a pick. Plays out a Zen-Zero to play out a Ballista, save turn, and then plays out the Triple Tamer for 4 to pass Will over to 3. So Will's able to now build, goes into Aguni, then Burning Gray. He's building a stack. Decides to swing with one Flamemon. Stack decides to block.
Yeah.
Goes ahead and swings with Burning Gray, hits a Shoutmon.
And so here comes the issue for Will, I think, where I think he wants that Burning Gray to die on the swings, but there we go. That's where it would have died maybe, but it's gonna be hard to get that death.
And plays Atomic Inferno really just to choke Stack.
Yeah, smart play. You don't want to give Cross more than one memory on a turn usually. Otherwise it's a nightmare, especially when they have the Triple Tamer in play. Which,
speaking of which, Stack did tuck a Z-Gray underneath to gain 1 and draw 1. So I really like the Triple Tamer, especially now. I think maybe BT11 it was a little slow, but I think with how decks are built nowadays, like the Triple Tamer just gives you so much value now.
Yeah, agreed. We're also right now, I think, in a format where there's a lot of stack decks. So there's decks that are kind of, it's almost sort of reminiscent of BT9, where there's decks where they have their one stack in the back they're building, and then they just kind of keep playing Searchers or Peace Finders to find stuff. So you have a bit more time as Cross to play those 4-drop Tamers.
Yeah.
To set up a board and kind of experiment and see different plays.
This is what Stack is pretty much doing right now. You played out another Ballista, but then Will just popped it with a Burning Gray.
That stack it's 3 level 4s. It's so many. So
debating the Gravity Crush.
Oh.
And then decides to swing in a security for 1 check. Will live.
Yep.
That stack just doesn't die.
And then Digivolve can go over Burning Gray.
Jesus.
Yep.
So stack decides to push up.
Not stack, rather.
And now he can proc his Triple Tamer effect to tuck the Starsmon underneath to gain 1, draw 1. Chooses to... Is he swinging into? Interesting.
I think so. I don't know why he did that. I
Interesting.
would just leave it. I would just, that is...
Oof. So now Will
crazy.
just got 2 tamers out on board.
Yeah, he gets the Memory Center Takuya and the BT7 Takuya. He gets to play a Flamon Suspended, which gives him more search.
Picks up a... I think it was the BT12 Flamemon.
Yeah, it was. That was crazy. I feel like you just go aggression there. No, you don't trade to the stack. You just
Oh, nice.
swing in security.
Okay. Digi crosses to go into Shout King for a cost of 3. Tap Zendro to gain 1 memory back since he did play a Xros Heart in traits. Uses Shoutmon King's effect to play out a Taiki. Taiki allowed him to pick up. I didn't get to see the card. I think it was a Rush Shoutmon, and then he slipped it to Rulu underneath.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Not bad, but I think letting Will spit out those tamers is scary.
That was terrifying. But I think stack pretty much risks just giving Will a game next turn.
Swings into security, dies. Oh. Okay. Okay, I was like, wait a second.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, stack grabbed the wrong one. I think this is fine though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Omni Shout, Zeeg, Ballista, Blue Sparrow. No Starmons to use. So it does cost 4. But you can gain
Able
1.
to pop the Flamemon. He already tapped Zen to gain 1, unfortunately.
Oh,
so
you're right. You're right when you played.
Does give Will the 4, which is scary.
Yeah.
But he does have blocker inheritable with the X7 because of Z Greymon, so something there.
I don't think. I mean, all turns. It's all turns, right? That he gets the DP boost. So
Yeah. But even then, I think he's only going to be sitting pretty at like 14k probably, 15k tops. And with all the DP boost that the red hybrid stacks will give you, I mean, like Will's easily able to just pop that bad boy.
yeah.
God, I miss
There's one thing
playing
red hybrid
Cross.
does. You're an addict. there's something I worry about you and how you.
Oh no, Gravity Crush and an Atomic Inferno to swing for 2, and then he's got that Blitz Omni in there.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's just it.
Blitz for game.
Yep.
That is game 1.
Really, not much you can do there. I think swinging into the Goody stack was really where it went south for a stack. I think that was not the correct play. I think he just should have been just do what Cross does, aggression. Just keep checking security, swing in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, like, I think Stack's been playing a lot of Belfie lately too, so I think maybe the mindset of like just board control until he can kind of go for the Unga Boonga was probably in his head, you know?
We haven't had too many red hybrid players like for a while. Just recently, people have been playing it again a little bit. Like Jarrell's played it a little bit, and I think this is the first time Will's played it in like a while.
Yeah. I mean, the ability to spit out so much on deletion is crazy.
Yeah, so much
recursion.
Yeah, that's the word.
I definitely wouldn't be able to keep it straight.
Yeah.
Especially with all those hybrids that Will had in the stack, too. It wasn't just like your typical, like, Tamer hybrid and then maybe another one. This was like 5 different hybrids.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens in game 2. I believe in Cross. Let's do a stack.
All right. Stack starting us off.
Goes
Sparrow in
into
the
Sparrow.
back. Yeah.
And plays out a Shoutmon King. Nice. To play out Taiki. Searches top 4. Ooh. Flips a Darulu and picks up the X3. Speaking of X3, those like Nationals participation X3s.
Yeah. It's kind of weird though, right? Because like some of them are just the normal art. They're just full art. And then we have like alt arts for like 4 of them.
Yeah.
So it's a little strange to me. But I mean, it's, it's not the worst.
Ooh, that's
that Geo
rough on
Greymon.
Will.
Yeah, that was that a lot of Flamemon?
5 hybrids, no tamers off of Boko. Then goes ahead to play a Flamemon, allows him to pitch 1 to just draw 2.
Oh, was that the D-scanner tamer? No, he's got the member setter Takuya now in hand.
So Stack swings a Sparrow, draws off a Pikmon, swings a Cow
lives. Ooh.
That
Two Flamon coming out of security is kind of yikers. There's not much you can do there. Stack looking through his hand. It looks like he's considering just doing the cross
X3.
replay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna pass turn, oh, okay. Plays up Ballista.
Zendro.
Sure.
Gonna tap that.
Okay. Nice. And then tap
Toss these
Zen
for 3.
probably. Okay. Not
Doing
bad.
all the other stuff first. You
Picks
see,
up a Starmons and a Shoutmons because it looks like he has that X4 in hand, so probably just preparing himself for it. Taps Zendro to gain a memory, so puts Will at 2. So not a bad turn off Stack's end.
yeah, and at this point, I mean, Stack's got a very good board state going for him right now. He's got a he's wide board. Will has to answer it. Cannot focus on aggression right now. He's gonna opt to trade with the Sparrow because they're both 5K. Oh no, he has a flame on.
He's buffed.
1200, so
yeah.
he's 7. Yeah.
Burning Gray. Ooh. Burning Gray to pop the other guys. Not bad. Noting that King does allow Stack to save 2. Doesn't necessarily have to be the 2 like in the stack. Like King and then his inheritable could be something from trash if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I think all Stack he has is like X3.
Yeah, it looks like Stack opted to go ahead and do the start a turn effect to delete it to save some sources and get himself an extra memory since Will choked him very well.
So now he's doing the X4 play for cost of 1. Able to tap Zen. Maybe?
Chooses not to Cheb Zen.
He should draw 2 though.
I think he did. I'm sure he already drew 2. So now he's debating if he wants to swing over the Burning Gray or swing into security.
I mean, I would because you have piercing, right? I mean, I would just swing over it.
Yeah, so I think it does die though, so he doesn't get his end of attack effect.
Now he's got to choose.
And he did not swing through the Burning Gray, which is
that's okay. I mean,
I think it's fine. Yeah, because I mean, otherwise he's gonna spit out a Takuya.
Right.
I think. Or it's a flame. I think it's a Takuya off the Goonie Inheritable. It's been forever. Yeah. So he doesn't want to give Will the free Takuyas.
Atomic Inferno for 2 checks.
Yeah, at 10. Does die on that second check there. So now Will's going to be able to play out a Takuya and a Flamemon suspended.
Able to draw off of the Yokomon as well.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, my lord.
Still, no Tamers, though. He does have 2 of them in hand, it looks like, right now.
Swings. He's able to play out an Inkari, which will play out Ballista. I'm assuming would pop the Boko. Yep.
Yeah, really pop Boko, which makes sense. That's the right call, I think. I think that's the correct call. And so Will's sort of looking down. I mean, there's a lot coming up next turn, right? Like you have the Darulu there, you have the Sparrow in back,
and he's got 2. He's got 1 Rush Shotmon and it's inheritable. So Stack's just basically 1 piece away from just going for game at this point.
That's 1. Check. Tux.
Swing with Darulu, yeah.
Yep.
Lives. Oh, yeah. Do it. So
he's gonna tap.
Hell yeah, King version, baby.
Yep. Go ahead and Digicross swing for game. We have a game 3.
We have a game 3.
Yeah. We'll just verifying, making sure, because he is. A lot of people don't run King version.
I think he's okay.
He's alright. He's a 1 of. No more than that.
Yeah. The fact that you can take things up from trash is nice.
Yeah.
And use it as a source. So if you like don't see your shouts and they're just like sitting in security, it's nice to have that like option. Yeah. But 3 to Digicross is still a lot. I mean, yeah, you can have your Zens and whatnot to make it maybe a little bit more efficient, but it's still like a decent.
It's rough.
Decent cost.
Yeah, it's a lot for for what the card does. Definitely was not worthy being a secret, that's for sure. That card being a secret rare was the biggest depression. That was awful.
Oh yes.
So, but I think a much cleaner game out of Stack. I think Will also played pretty much played that as best he could.
He has yet to see any tamers really pop out of security and stuff, which is rough.
True, very true. But Stack definitely sort of slowed down, I think, and thought about his plays a bit more, and just sort of didn't give Will a lot of the freebies that he could have had, which I think was clever. I think that was smart to do.
I mean, as I guess rush, fast play crosses, you still got to think a little bit of too. There's definitely a nuanced decision making process with it as well.
Will this time not wanting to waste any time making play as Takuya on board because he does not want to risk a repeat of second game. He just plays a member set of Takuya turn 1, which I think is smart.
Stack, I think, is seeing what Will had issues with, which is lack of tamer, so it decides to just hard play the shout to search. Doesn't hit a tamer, but it's able to pick up a Darulu. I think at this point, he's debating just hard playing the Akari. That probably... Oh, okay.
Did you cross?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's very interesting.
Passes over to 4, but I guess does have a blocker and something that will threaten 2 checks next turn.
Yeah. I think it's just a risk. Because it is a very...
Because if it gets bopped, everything's gone.
Yeah. It has to go into a Goonie for 3, or Alta for 3, because there's no tamer in the sources.
Stack decides to... Oh... 2 checks, hits one of the BT7 Takuyas, and then plays out a Taiki. Okay. Picks up the X3, and I'm assuming slips the Ballista. King version? Okay. This King version does count as a shout mod if you were to Digicross, so...
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. The BT12 King version is not, but this one is considered a shout. Will decides to search with a Flame Mon, picks up, I believe it was a Burning Gray.
Yep.
Swings with Alda, 1 check, hits an X4.
Does die. It's kind of crazy.
Nothing off of Inheritables to pop off.
I think Will was trying to see if he had enough cards in trash to go into Takuya or go over Takuya. He does not.
Oh, he does have. He did have the Inheritable played out Takuya. So.
No, I meant to go over the Takuya with.
Gotcha.
His
gotcha. Yeah.
I think he was. I think he counter tracked cards in trash really quickly there, considering it.
Stack swings again for 2 checks. All right, big guy living.
It's working. It is working. Weirdly enough.
And plays out a Zenjiro, and plays out an Akari. Does play out a Darulu, yep.
Yeah.
Which will then pop 1 Flame on, lets him draw, and then he can tap Zen.
Which he opts.
But he doesn't not to. I mean, Will's gonna go to 3 regardless.
Smarter. So. Yeah. I think it's smarter to do that because does Zenjiro gain a memory even if it's played on all turns?
No, I think it's just your turn.
No, right? Yeah, it's just your turn. Okay. So, yeah, no real reason to suspend it.
Goes into the hybrid, goes into Burning Gray on top of Takuya, gains 2 memory because a card was checked and the check went through. Yep. Does it again. Swings 1 check, hits a Taiki but gains 2 memory. Stack is able to pick up an X3, slips a Omni Shout on the Taiki. Will still sitting pretty at 3.
Has 2 Flame on.
Oh, shit. He could just go for game here.
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh,
he
no.
No, he doesn't,
the Blitz.
but he does have enough. Doesn't even need Blitz. He has enough hybrids just to go into his Emperor Grip for 3.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
Pops it and swings.
Pops it, swings for game.
Look at that.
Yeah. That was a clean last turn. Will was definitely in a bad spot. Stack was... I think Stack was missing pieces. It looks like he was just trying to just get by with what he had.
Yeah.
And it was working, but eventually Will just had enough momentum to just sort of just swing it all in his favor in 1 turn, which Red Hybrid does very frequently.
Yeah, I mean the tamer that they got with BT12 to Kuya to give it 2 memory when checking, I think just...
Yeah.
I mean, that's just busted.
Refunding the cost is very good.
Yeah, and with all your inheritables, you're crossing a threshold problem.
Yeah, agreed.
So, it's such a good card for the deck.
Yep, but good game. Always love to see game 3s.
Yeah.
Both players, I think, played about as best they could. Did pretty well.
I think, and a lot of good back and forth too. You know, you got to see like Stack respond in some ways to what Will had to do. Will definitely had a lot of response to what Stack had to do. Like, sort of like you said, like he was able to throw that body out early. Like, wasn't an ideal play, but was able to like get some aggression going. And Will definitely had to make a response, and we saw just how potent a response Red Hybrid can make. So
yeah, I mean, it was enough momentum early enough to do something. So yeah, like you said, good games.
All right, and that wraps up round 2. Red Hybrid does take it against Cross. We will have round 3 uploaded hopefully within this, within the set of videos. If not, like I said, maybe just a day or 2 later, as we do want Rio on board for it. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I will update the video if they are uploaded separately with the link to round 3 later on. And like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for all the support, and we will see you on round 3. Bye.
Bye-bye.